get the show started!
In today's video, Conor McGregor fires back at Beneil Dariush. Justin Gaethje says he'd quit if the UFC gives Conor McGregor a title shot. Paddy Pimblett claps back at critics. Aljamain Sterling meets NBA legend Tim Duncan. Francis Ngannou meets Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Dan Hardy breaks down Israel Adesanya vs Alex Pereira rematch. In recent weeks, there's been a great deal of speculation surrounding Conor McGregor and his relationship with USADA. As of this moment, it's not yet known whether or not he's re-entered the testing pool, although it seems unlikely. Beneil Dariush, one of the many fighters watching from afar, believes McGregor removed himself from the USADA testing pool for a reason. In an interview with the Schmo, Beneil accused Conor of cheating. He said, "I think Conor is cheating. In reality, if you want to fix your knee or you want to fix your leg and get certain growth hormones or whatever he's doing, you can get a therapeutic exemption. You can speak to USADA and get a therapeutic exemption, but you can't add extra stuff. Whatever you are putting in, you have to declare with them and get it figured out." This is BS, to be honest with you. The fact that they say, "Oh, while he's doing this, he's not getting tested right now because of his leg." No, you can still get tested. You just have to declare and say, "Hey, this was a therapeutic exemption," but that's not the case with McGregor. He even put down retirement on forms, so he went into retirement, I guess. USADA recently said when you come out of retirement, you need 6 months and 2 clean tests, so this is garbage, but that's the game. Now, McGregor laughed off Dariush's accusations by writing, "Beneil the douche Dariush." Justin Gaethje has claimed that this year's season of The Ultimate Fighter could have come together very differently. In a recent interview with ESPN's Brett Okamoto, Gaethje revealed that he was offered to coach The Ultimate Fighter before Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler, but his planned opponent turned it down.
Hey, it's gonna be, for the fans, it's awesome. You know, the whole Ultimate Fighter thing. I almost, before that happened, they asked me to do it. I'm not gonna say against who, but you know, it takes 2 to tango. I said yes, and the other party said no. So it was while I was waiting for my contract for Fiziev, I get a call and they're like, "Hey, you want to do this?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And then, you know, a couple of days later, like, "No, it's off." So then I just signed a Fiziev contract back in the camp.
Gaethje also said he'd quit if the UFC gives Conor McGregor a title shot if he beats Michael Chandler.
Would I quit if Conor won and they gave him a title shot? Probably. You know, that's how hurt I would be by the actions of the company that I represent. But that's out of my control. So, you know, I just really hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. I imagine if it did, it would be a 170 and not 155 anyway, huh?
We can imagine a lot of things, but it's there's a possibility that that's a scenario, you know, which I would be devastated for sure.
Since joining the promotion, Paddy Pimblett has been the target of critics who believe that he's receiving biased treatment from Dana White and the UFC. After some beef with Ariel Helwani and a controversial decision win over Jared Gordon, just 4 fights into his stint, has caused the number of his critics to increase. In a recent interview with Bleacher Report, Paddy responded to these critics, stating that he's not friends with Dana White and that he's treated just like any other fighter on the UFC roster. He said, "People try to say, oh, it's because he's Dana's boy. How am I Dana's boy? He came on my podcast. I'm not his boy. I'm just a fighter on his roster. People say he influences judges. He can't. It's got nothing to do with it. I thought I won. A lot of people in the crowd thought I won. When I've spoken to people, a lot have shared that with the commentary and stuff. People thought that Jared Gordon won, but then when they watched it back without the commentary on, they thought I won." Aljamain Sterling meets NBA legend Tim Duncan at Saturday's UFC San Antonio. Aljo captioned the video writing, "I can never take this life for granted. I'm still shocked by the amount of people that actually know who I am or follow my story. Life is crazy."
I'm a big NBA guy. I mean, he's a fucking killer. I know. But yeah, they had some beef for a second there. Yeah. Legends, right?
crazy life, bro. This is an insane life. The people we meet, it don't make sense. I would never thought of the day I would meet Tim Duncan. Half the guys we meet, it's nuts, crazy.
Good life, brother. Good life.
Good life.
Very good life.
Francis Ngannou recently caught up with action hero and bodybuilding legend Arnold Schwarzenegger. The former UFC champion tweeted a photo of Schwarzenegger and New York Jets offensive tackle Mekhi Becton, captioned with, "If it bleeds, we can kill it. Hashtag the Predators. It was an honor to meet the legendary Schwarzenegger and pleasure to meet Big Ticket 73 of the New York Jets." Schwarzenegger responded by writing, "It was my honor, even though you guys made me look like a little chicken." MMA analyst Dan Hardy has posted a new video to his YouTube channel where he breaks down the upcoming Israel Adesanya vs. Alex Pereira rematch. You can watch the full breakdown on Dan's YouTube channel. The link can be found in the description below.
The person that makes this more of a mixed martial arts game is the one, in my opinion, that is going to do better in this second fight. Pereira knows he can knock Adesanya out, but he also knows he can swing a lot of times and miss and lose rounds in the process. For Adesanya, he knows he's got to be perfect for the 25 minutes. So the more time you can spend in safety, which is on top, clinched on the back of Pereira, the better. We saw it in that third round. I thought Adesanya did a good job of just slowing him down. And you know, Adesanya doesn't have to be a world-class wrestler here. He doesn't have to be able to take Pereira down over and over again. He doesn't have to take Pereira down and hold him down. But if he initiates the thought of wrestling in Pereira's mind, it's something else for him to consider. Like Sean Strickland. I know he likes to scrap. I think he was trying to maybe prove a point by standing and trading with him. But Pereira's one loss on his record. He was taken down and he was rear naked choked. I would even think that people aren't that confident in their grappling would be more confident to grapple with Pereira than to strike with him, right? What was Adesanya's decision making in that fight? Like, did he feel like he was going to be able to outpoint Pereira all the way through? Did he feel like he was going to have to mix in wrestling or grappling at some point? I don't know, but I feel very confident that Pereira is going to be the one initiating the grappling exchanges this time around.
Here are the top 3 funniest memes we found on the internet today. Third place was found over Facebook and was posted by a user named Wally. Second place was found over Twitter and was posted by a user named Marshall Mind. And a top pick was found over Facebook and was posted by a user named Robert. We appreciate you watching. If you feel today's news was pretty cool, consider smashing that like button. Cheers.